You never really know a person until they put you in a position that can make you lose everything overnight. This book, Not Like Us, is by author Enigma. I read a book by this author recently and I dropped a review already. This book comes out, okay? It's on pre-order now. It's dropping January 31st of 2025. What did I like about this book? From the very first chapter, the author brings you into the scene of a husband calling his wife and saying, pack everything. I'm taking you to the jet. It's not because we're going on a vacation. It's not because, I'm just feeling like taking you to Paris to get some pasta. No, we need to get out of the country because we done got effed over. When you start a book off like that, it makes the reader already feel like, what the hell are you possibly running from? Like, what type of Ponzi scheme did you get caught up in? What do you have going on? The main male character of this book, Webb's, his name is Caleb. He has a brother who loves calling him and not respecting boundaries. His brother will call him at any hour and be like, hey, bro, I need this, because his brother Caleb knows that is his weakness. He has a hard time saying no to his brother. Now, his wife at home, Monica, he kind of sort of tells her, like, listen, I got to go help. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. This book was a very big cautionary tale. If you don't get comfortable with saying no before 2025 starts, you can end up in similar situations. Maybe not on the same exact drastic levels, but keep letting people sign you up for situations you know darn well you really don't want. Keep letting people feel like they could pop up at your house unexpected and ask you for a favor that you know for a fact you really couldn't ask them for in return. Can you ask them for some favors? Sure. But when someone says, I know you're retired from the game, but listen, my money got effed up. I need you to lace up them boots, my boy, and I need you to come get back in the trenches with us. But bro, I retired, and I retired for a reason. Like, there's a reason why I'm not slinging dope with you no more. Yeah, bro, I hear you, but like, I need you though. I need you. I can't count on nobody but you. It's going to be a one-time thing, 2 at most. When people don't respect your no, and when people know that they can ask you, if I ask him once, he going to say no. But if I really drill it in and I ask twice, he going to say, he's definitely going to tell me yes. That is a problem, because there are so many instances in this book where if Webb had have just woke up, smelled the coffee, and realized I have bit off more than I could chew, it could have avoided so much. This book also did a very good job of highlighting when you come in and you try and save somebody and you think that you have their best interest at heart, you can give somebody the world overnight. The day that you try and tell them, listen, but I helped change your life. I gave you this. I gave you resources. I helped you with this. When that person comes to you and when they say, I never asked you for that, boy, when I say your chest will fold, your chest will be sitting here like, damn, there's nothing that you can say. You can really go and you can buy somebody $1 million home. You can buy somebody that's been in the trenches, the projects, $1 million home. And the day that they decide, you know what, this just don't feel like me. Like, this house just don't feel like me. Like, yeah, it's cool. You bought me a house by the beach. I can sit here and see this. I can see that. My house got 5 bedrooms in it. But yeah, I like being in the trenches because that's where I feel like I have life purpose at. What can you tell that person? There's nothing you're going to say that's going to make them feel bad for feeling how they feel. This book did such a good job of captivating every single person's thought processes, their emotions, how sometimes you'll be thinking that you get invited to a seat at the table of a great opportunity the whole time. You're just the only black face in the room. And that's why they wanted to invite you in. They need a fall guy. And they know how desperate you are to move up. They know how desperate you are for opportunity. So yeah, why not reach out to this person and why not ask them if they'd like a seat at the table? Because we know darn well they're not going to say no. And even if they do say no, there's always going to be another black face that's willing to join the room. This book, if nothing else, it taught and reminded people, figure out why you're being invited to certain opportunities. Figure out why it's considered an opportunity. Why was I thought of? And you have to be careful not to get caught up in your ego. Was I invited to this event because everybody knows that I'm really good at this? I'm really great at marketing. I'm really great at networking. I'm a great asset to have around. Is that what I was invited? Or was I invited because they know it's about to be a ton of liquor in here? It's about to be a bunch of models with their butts out. Everything's going to be crazy. And people also know that I tend to talk too much when I get to drinking. So that's why I was invited to this room. You have to really sit back and analyze. This book was very good. It was, let me see, $5.99 on Amazon for pre-order. It does drop, like I said, January 31st of 2025. It was 346 pages. Now, Caleb really did try to live the 9-to-5 grind when he walked away from drug dealing, but his brother JP is one of those people you have to be mindful of. I don't care if they are of blood relation, because his brother, not only does he ask him for this big favor, can you please come back into the drug game for me? Because the money done been messed up. I just need you to count the money. Not only does his brother do that, but when he first tells JP, no, bro, I'm out the game. I'm not trying to do this. Oh, so you're just going to keep flipping burgers at McDonald's? You're just going to keep doing this? You're just going to keep doing that? This book reminds you, be mindful of people who try and downplay the sweat off your brow. The people who try to be like, oh, but it could be so much easier if you just did it this way. But this is what I'm doing. Like, life is hard regardless. You have to choose your heart. If my heart is not making as much money as your heart, but it's giving me mental clarity and mental peace, don't come over here talking about, well, you could be living like this, you could be living like that, but instead you're scared. I hate when people try and act like you're scared because you don't want to risk going to jail. Yes, I'm scared. Do you know how hard I've grinded to get this and I've grinded to get that? A person having money financially does not mean they have it all together. A person can have $1 million in their bank account and have nothing. That type of person can really help you lose everything overnight. It does not take much. They can help you crash out and lose everything in a very short period of time because they really don't care. When a person says having a certain dollar amount in my bank account, that's not enough to make me stop. Knowing that I could go to jail for X amount of years, that's not enough to make me stop. Seeing my family members die, overdose, lose it all, crash out, that's not enough to make me stop. Why would you ever get in bed, literally or figuratively, with that person? I think this is a very good way to start 2025 off. Read this book, check it out, because it can really make you realize the people that are in your corner can make or break everything for you. This author has a ton of books already on Amazon that you guys can check out. They have books in physical copy as well as available with Kindle. I really, really love this author's writing style because the pacing is always good whenever I've read their books. They have a book titled Freedom, Illustrious Solitude, Nola Street Tales. And that was another part of it too. When I was reading the book, I'm not originally from Louisiana at all, but there is a part that occurs in New Orleans, and there's like a hotel. It was a hotel or a motel they go to, and it was in Gentilly. And it's so funny because when I went to New Orleans like 2 years ago, I had stayed in a hotel down there, and I really wasn't sure like if that was like an area I should have been in or whatever. But when I did see the author mention that, I was like, all right, I got a clue where that's at. I have a clue where that's at. So that was really exciting. You guys can still find me on my website at allsbrooks.com, where you can hire me to help get your books or flyers on a digital billboard in a city near you. You can also hire me to market and promote your books, to spread awareness about your books and your brand as an author. My book, My Favorite Ex, is still permanently free on Amazon, so you guys can head over there and check it out, as well as on Barnes & Noble's, Kobo, and a bunch of other different platforms. And I drop book reviews consistently on at least 2 times a week basis. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.